Morning again. First things first, check out the cafeteria. Someone should be awake by now, right? He's gotta be right. Oh, where is everyone? Huh? There is no one here. Are they all asleep? But ignoring the master should have woken them up like normal. Don't tell me there's been an attack. How could I miss something like that? Takumi, there you are. Zomi, what's going on? Where is everybody? We're in the classroom on the second floor. It's when you woke up and when you first got here. Huh? Why there? Shuma's gonna make an announcement. He wants to do it there. I went to your room to tell you, but you'd already left. Shuma's awake? But why are we meeting in a classroom? I don't get it. Neither do I. But apparently whatever he's going to tell us has something to do with how we came to the school in the first place. It'll be faster if you hear it from him yourself. Come on. Right. Let me dash out of the cafeteria before I could get my answer out, but I hurried after her and out to the hallway. Shoma, you're awake. I'm glad you're okay. Sorry to make you worry over a pathetic gutter snipe like me. He was just waking up when I went to check on him. The moment his eyes were open, he said he wanted to talk to everyone right away. I went around knocking on everyone's door, but I guess you were up too early for me, Mr. Sumino. Huh? Hold on a minute. I want to see Hiroko or Takamaru. Why aren't they here? Shuma said he wanted all of us to hear this, so those two went to get the others. The others? You don't mean... Hey, we're here. Shion! Shion. Finally came out of the defense room after I stood outside yelling for a while. I was gonna try breaking down the door, like you did that one time, but it turns out I didn't need to go that far. I happened to sense that he was outside before it came to that. Guess it. My aura of awesomeness is so strong it can feel it right through the walls. Is Hiroko bringing Eito? Are we gonna have Eito in here for this too? It's good to see you again, Shion. Are you getting your strengths back? Yes, I should be fine. Just then, somebody else entered the room. I'm back. Here he is. Yep. Hello, everyone. It's been a while. Eito? Shoma was good enough to invite me to your little party. It's an honor to be in one of the group again. So much so, it makes my skin crawl. Oh, don't look at me like that. I'll just sit quietly and listen like a good little prisoner. If he does anything funny, you don't have to worry about a thing with me around. There ain't a boy alive I can't beat in a bare knuckle brawl. Sounds like a challenge. You up for a sparring match after this? Takamaru, I don't think anybody's going to be in a mood for anything after what we're about to hear. Guys, focus. We're here for Shoma, remember? I'm sorry it took me so long. There was so much information to deal with, my brain couldn't piece it together. The strain was too much for me at first, but I'm okay now. I'm ready. You really did remember something after all. The terrible truth he kept talking about in the last battle. This is it. We're finally going to get our answers. Next time on 100 Line Last Chance Academy. I am not waiting to get this information. Alright, Shoma. Everyone's here. This means you remembered something important, right? Yes, I remember it all now. Thanks to Ava and her emo anima. Oh, you actually went through with it? Well done, Shoma. That took real courage. You realize this is your own fault for putting the idea in his head. I did nothing of the sort. All I did was give some friendly and impartial advice. Shoma just happened to come to the same conclusion that your prisoner had to die. Knowing how hatefully ruthless you all are, I had a feeling it would turn out this way. What happened to all just sit quietly and listen?
Oh?
go on, Shoma. Let's just ignore Ato for now, and let's just go on. First, let me go over some basics. Siri had access to technology that can surpass or overwrite people's memories. That process was used on all of us to erase certain parts of our past. That explains why we don't remember how we got here. But just what memories did they take from us? I'm guessing our cryptoglobin transfusions for a start. Pretty much everything from when we were at Komakuru General Hospital as well. Are we sure that our memories were rewritten, right? Absolutely. Thanks to my hemoanima, mine weren't completely erased. You said before that your hemoanima perceived the erasure and erasure process as a threat, and then activated to prevent it. Is that why you had those peculiar flashbacks? There's the memories you managed to save. Yes, every time my hemoanima got stronger, my skill was able to recover more of our stolen past. After I absorbed Ava's power, I finally got back all of my memories. I remember it all now. What did you remember exactly? Are you okay, Shoma?
What I remembered was... it was something that sent me spiraling into despair. I'd gotten fragments of it before, but I didn't want to believe it. I can't deny it anymore, though. It's the truth. It's all true.
What's true? Quit keeping us in suspense. It's okay, Shoma. However bad the secret is, you don't have to keep it to yourself anymore. We have a right to know about it too. A right and a responsibility. We'll bear and burden the truth together. So don't be afraid. Go ahead and tell us. All right. No, stop it. I don't want to know. I felt a sudden urge to go back on my decision, but the words died in my throat. The air in the room was heavy, like something terrible was about to happen. For some reason, but like I learned this secret, I wouldn't be me anymore. Yeah, that's what it seems like to kill me. And yet, deep down, I knew this was something I needed to know. There was no going back. Our memories that were modified, or of the time in Tokyo residential complex. In a complex? Before we came here, we were all living there, right? Yeah, of course. Where are you going with this? The Tokyo residential complex. That's where we were born, where we grew up, where we lived our entire lives. Tsubasa was her grandpa in his workshop. Moko was her wrestling career. Yukamu's family of assassins. Gaku in his poverty. Why is that gotta be my defining feature? But the thing is, those lives, those memories, none of them are real. Yup. That's what I thought. Huh?
Our memories of our lives in the complex. They're all false memories that were implanted into us. The friends and families we've been so desperate to protect all this time, none of them actually exist.
What are you talking about, Shoma? Because although Godot was hiding the fact, like what was actually overwritten, Godot was just giving us false information and be like, "Oh yeah, you remember it's overwritten. This is the details of it." The details of it weren't accurate, but the fact that it happened is still true. Like there was no denying that. Godot didn't know the specific details of our brainwashing, but Godot knew we were brainwashed. What are you talking about, Shoma? They don't exist? No, that can't be right. My grandpa's the workshop. That was my normal life. It's from way before we even got here and started having our memories messed with. Any other kids at the foster home? We might not be related by blood, but they're still my real family. No, it's all a lie. Everything we knew about our lives came from fake memories. Fake memories? Cut it out, Shoma. This ain't funny, man. I'm serious. I wish I could throw this off as a joke or a delusion, but it's all true. But then, if the past we know is a lie, then who are we really? We weren't born in a Tokyo residential complex. We were created in Kamakura General Hospital. I did kind of see this coming. I knew something was sus.
We were grown inside special machines there. And until we woke up in this classroom 67 days ago, that's where we spent our entire lives.
No, this can't be right. My pulse was hammering in my ears so hard I could barely hear what everyone was saying. I wanted to shut this conversation down, to run from the truth, but my body wouldn't let me. I stood there rooted on the spot, taking in everything Shoma said in spite of myself. We weren't born. We were grown. We're clones. Artificial humans and made in a lab. Clones? Are you kidding me?
That's all we've ever been. Our memories from before we got here are all fake. They're just fictional scenarios implanted in our brains to give us the illusion of having lived real lives.
I don't understand. Why would they do that? All of it was for humanity's sake. We were made this way to be humanity's protectors. That also includes our humo-anima. But isn't humo-anima supposed to be something only people from this planet were born with? That's right. The reason we have it is because there's a person whose genes were used to create us. Oh no. No. Shion. Shion's our father. In a weird way, Shion's our father. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. The person is you, Shion. That's like, is Shion Veshnes' son or something? I wasn't expecting us to, in a technical way, we are Shion's children. Me? Oh, whoa, time out. I can't keep up with all of these twists. Same here. We were created using Shion's DNA, so we could inherit the power of his incredible cryptoglobin. That's where humo-anima really comes from.
I overheard all of this from the researchers at the hospital. We didn't have hemo-anima transfused into us. It's been an inherent part of who we are from the very start.
All that was left for was to give us proper motivation to protect mankind. So we were given false memories. And then we were sent here to Futurum. It's the reason we've been so desperate to win this war and the people we're fighting for. None of them are real. To sum things up, cryptoglobin is a gift from the planet given only to its greatest heroes. The Futuran commanders can only be defeated by other cryptoglobin users, so Earth's authorities decided to make some of their own. After kidnapping Shion, they used the DNA to create soldiers with the same power, and gave them memories that would make them want to save humanity at any cost. That's what we really are. So this might actually be motivation for Eito to not hate us anymore. Because like, oh no, he's gonna hate Nozomi now because Nozomi is a real human. This could be interesting to see how Eito like takes all this. Cause now that he knows we're not human, yeah. What would be the point of Eito having a condition then? Why would they give that to him? Why would what? Huh? What's going on here? Yeah, we're like characters in a battle manga or a video game. Shut up. Shut up with your fourth wall break, Shoma. We exist purely to fight our past, our friends, our families. They're just additional pieces of fiction devised to further that end. Come to think of it, when I was on the other side, some of the commanders said something I didn't quite understand. They seemed annoyed that I couldn't take damage from conventional attacks, almost like my cryptoglobin should have prevented it. We are clones, just copies of a real cryptoglobin user. The generation loss might account for why our powers aren't as potent as theirs.
Wait a minute.
Finally found my voice and cried out, but it was hard to string together a coherent sentence. My whole body was shaking.
Just hold on, okay? We shouldn't just accept this as true right away, you know? If it were true, that would mean it was all a lie. My peaceful, mundane, average life. The town I grew up in, all the things I did there, the people I met. Even Karuwa. None of that was real? You can't just fake an entire person's life! We would have noticed something was wrong, wouldn't we? It has to be real!
Yeah, all my brothers and sisters. They can't just be made up. My ideal target too. Even the feelings that made me want to kill her in the first place. There ain't no way all of that exists in our heads. Yeah, it's just not possible. I wouldn't be so sure about that. If we accept what Shoma is saying is true, it would help explain a few things. It would? What's everyone thinking right now? Shion realizes it. Shion realizes it. He's like, wait a minute. If you're created from my DNA, wait a minute. Oh no. Oh no. You said this story would help explain some things. What do you mean by that? Oh, I bet you're just dying to know, aren't you?
Yes! Hurry up and tell us!
Just tell us, Ado. I was just thinking of some of Siri's behaviors make a lot more sense now. Like how he's so obstinate about us being unable to contact the artificial satellite, for example. Because if we did make contact, we realized everyone we knew didn't really exist. Exactly. Well, we figured that anyway once we got back to the satellite. Sure, but by then, we'd have already won the war and wiped out every last future on the planet. So essentially, no one cares about our feelings or how the truce would hurt us, as long as we get the job done. No way! My family, I refuse to believe they're nothing but a lie. Me too. You're gonna make me cry. It's all a lie. It isn't. Karuha isn't real. She only exists in my memories. There's no way. She's not real. So what am I doing here? What's it all been for? And the other question then comes up is, if Takumi's memories are not real, why is Nozomi real? Nozomi is real, but Karuha isn't. So are our memories based on real people, but the people that they're based on don't know who we are? So they had to make some truth to our memories, but twist it into the way where it's all fiction. So it relates to real people, but it's not in the way we know. And Nozomi just happened to like get in between somehow. So, and that's where all the confusion between Karuha and Nozomi is, because Nozomi is who our memories are based off of. But Karuha isn't real. Nozomi is the real one. But we also had that scene where Nozomi is like, I remember I am Karuha. How does this all make any sense? But we don't know for sure if any of this is true. There's no evidence or anything. Sorry to burst your bubble, but I might know something that supports it too. What? The last few days I've been holed up in the war room, going through the data and documents in the central computer. I figured since Siri wasn't here to stop me, this was my chance to check out anything he wouldn't want me to see. While I was doing that, I noticed something that seemed odd. What was it? Our DNA records, the same ones the Revitomatic uses to bring us back when we die. I used the equipment in the biolab to run a detailed analysis on it, and... well, honestly, I thought it must be some kind of mistake until now. We all have a DNA match? Is that what it is? What did you find out? Our genetic code is remarkably similar. I could buy maybe 2 or 3 complete strangers having maybe these many commonalities, but 14 is too much a coincidence. I kept quiet about it since it didn't seem relevant, but now it seems to be falling into place. If we're all clones of the same person, then of course our genes would be similar. We're basically all related. So Shion's our father, and we're all siblings? We're siblings? Yes, exactly. Shion's genetic materials was the starting point for each and every one of us. If we were to compare our DNA against his, similarities would be even clearer. You're all... I mean, I'm your... Shion now. I know it's hard to believe, but this is the truth.
We're nothing but disposable soldiers created to fight humanity's war for them. Our lives in the Tokyo residential complex and the people we hold dear are all false memories. They were implanted into us to give us the motivation we needed to fight. They're all just character backstories in the giant work of fiction that is our life. In reality, we were in the machines that grew us the whole time. When we finally came out of them, we woke up here, in this classroom. In a way, that's when we were really born. That's when we came into the real world for the very first time. And almost right away, we started fighting the invaders. That's the only thing we were ever meant to do. That's it. That's the terrible truth that I remembered. That I sacrificed Ava for.
This is the truth. No way. There's no way something so crazy could be so true. Is there? We're not even human. But we're not exactly futurists either. I guess we're more like tools or weapons. Or monsters. Creatures created from Cleon's DNA to destroy and nothing else. Dang it. That's totally messed up. My head feels like it's gonna crack open. Kinda makes you want to give up on life, except we don't even have an option of dying. This is too much. In that case, there's only one person who's an actual human. The one who wasn't originally intended to be a part of this mission. You, Nozomi. So what does this mean for Nozomi, then? Living weapons made from stolen DNA to defeat Futurum's cryptoglobin-wielding defenders. Able to die in battle and come back to fight again and again. Renewable, but also totally disposable. That's what we really are?
This is my fault. All of this happened because of me.
Leon!
If I hadn't been born with this power, none of you would have had to suffer like this. It's all my fault.
No, it's not your fault. Don't think like that. Shun's words of anguish echoed in my head, but I couldn't say a word. What could I even say at a time like this? One part of my mind was still desperately going over everything I learned. There had to be some contradiction in there. Something to disprove this insane story. That's why I was thinking back on my days in a residential complex. Nozomi is a contradiction. Those peaceful days, still so vivid in my mind. I replayed those memories in my head over and over again. I fixated on every last detail, trying to reassure myself that those events were real. Trying to reassure myself that I was real. I sank deeper and deeper into those recollections, still everything else seemed to fade away. What was real, and what was just a dream? I didn't want to know anymore. I shut my eyes tight and tried not to think about it. I didn't want to think about anything anymore. I just wanted it to all go away.
Karuwa, it's fine. Just go home already.
No, I can't just leave you and your mom bedridden, Taki. Besides, I need to do some cleaning and laundry after this.
You don't have to do all that. Won't you catch our cold?
I'm just fine. I'm confident I won't catch it.
Your confidence is based on zero evidence.
Taki, your mom always treats me to delicious meals. I want to repay her a little, and I'm free anyway. No one would be home if I went back.
Stop it. I don't want to see this.
Is your mom busy with her research again?
Yeah. She's been staying at the lab for the past few days, so she hasn't been coming home.
I see.
More importantly, here, have some. I made rice porridge.
Just stop. I don't want these memories anymore. They're not real anyway. Please, just stop. Let me just disappear. I wanted to escape from reality, but my dreams didn't offer any relief. Cleared my mind and embraced a sense of nothingness, letting myself go completely numb. What would happen if the enemy decided to attack now? Why should I care about any part of that? Live or die, it's all the same to me. I don't have the energy to fight against it anymore. I prefer just to disappear, to sink into infinite darkness and never come back again.
This is all far too cruel. How could you do this? How could you keep something that important from them? It's too much. They deserve better than this. It hurts to think that it was humanity, that it was people like me who did this to them. Siri, I have a request. It's not much, but there's still one thing I don't understand.
If her memories haven't been tampered with, and her mother was part of the cryptoglobin research, she is kind of an accessory to all the stuff that happened. She was helping her mother with the cryptoglobin research. So in a way, Nozomi is part responsible of it. So to a degree, Nozomi is responsible for all of this too.
Before this war is over, I want answers. So, I need you to wake up, Siri.
Who's there? Oh, who cares? It's got nothing to do with me anymore. Bam! With a wrenching, splintering noise, the door of my room was kicked open. So you are in here. You could have just answered, you know. We're out of it, Nozomi. We're done. I don't want this anymore. I had no idea these doors were so fragile. I didn't think I'd actually be able to break it down. Anyway, the air in here feels kind of stale. Wouldn't you like a change of scenery?
What are you doing here, Nozomi?
I hadn't spoken out loud in several days. I was surprised at how hoarse my voice sounded.
Leave me alone. I don't care anymore. I don't care about any of it.
Takumi, there's something I want to talk to you about. Something important. Please, will you just come with me for a minute?
Take your time. You can get yourself together first. I'll be waiting for you outside. Zomi left my room with a look of quiet determination on her face. After several exasperated sighs, I sluggishly sat up and got out of bed. Fine, I guess. Stepped outside and found myself squinting in the light. Maybe it was because I spent so long in my room, but the outside world was way too bright for me now. Thank you for coming, Takumi. It really means a lot to me. Takumi's just like, please, I'm done with this. You said you wanted to talk about something. Yes, it's about our past together. You mean me and Karawa? Forget it. I don't care anymore. I don't care about any of it. Why not? What do you mean? Isn't it obvious?
There's no such person as Karawa Kashimiya. There never was. It was all just made up.
No, not all of it.
Huh? First of all, Siri's been repaired and reactivated. I convinced the boss to finish the job. Siri. When I told him everything that had happened, he saw that it was no good denying it. He owned up to interfering with our memories, and confirmed that everything Shoma told us is true.
Hey!
That all? I think we pretty much figured that out. There's more. Unlike the rest of you, my memories weren't completely fabricated, but they were modified. I got Siri to undo the process and give me back any memories they had taken away from me. Oh? I finally remembered about my mother.
My mom dedicated her life to understanding cryptoglobin. She poured everything she had into it. She even let her own daughter become a test subject to further that research. But it didn't go well. And in the end, she took her own life. That's the real reason I wanted to join this mission.
But what does that have to do with us? Remembering this has been like losing her all over again. At first I thought I might have been happier never finding out. But it's for the best that I did. These memories are a part of who I am. And I remembered something else that was important to me too. I remembered you, Takumi. Me? Turned out they took more memories from me than I thought. Specifically, ones of what happened when I went to Kamakura when I was little. I'd often go explore at a hospital alone to give my mom a headache. But I don't remember too much from the time. I guess I'd become because the rejection symptoms were so rough.
The rejection symptoms had nothing to do with it, though. I remember it all now. Like I said, I used to wander around the hospital while I was waiting for my mom to finish her work. But there was one room I was told never to go into. I was only a kid, so my curiosity got the better of me. And one day, I snuck in. It was full of weird machines with these clear capsule-like things on them. I was kind of scared, but I walked up to the nearest one and looked inside. When I did, I could hardly believe what I was seeing. Inside the machine was a boy, about the same age as me.
You mean...
This next part might just be a coincidence, but when I looked in the pod, the boy opened his eyes, and he smiled at me. At least, I think he did. The strangest thing was, I wasn't afraid. I had to keep my mom's research, and the fact that I was helping with it a secret from everyone. I kept my distance from my classmates, and even if I did talk to them, I never had time to hang out with anyone on the weekends. But when that boy smiled at me, I felt like I'd finally made a friend. That's how it seemed to me at the time, anyway. I snuck into that room again and again to talk to the boy in the machine. Most of the time, his eyes were closed, but I liked to think he could hear me. He was the one person I could be completely honest with. I could talk to him about anything. Things I enjoyed, things I found annoying, even what it was like when my dad died.
That's where those memories come from? It's because she was talking to us while we were unconscious? What? That's how Takumi knew so much about her. She told him everything. Oh my god.
Or about the scar on my stomach.
Every dream he had was stuff she was telling him about.
One time, while I was talking to him, his eyes opened a little. And then, he lifted up his arm and put his hand on the glass. It was like he was trying to reach out and touch me. I was so happy. Because it meant he really could hear me. He'd heard me, and he wanted to be friends too. But then, despite how much he meant to me, I forgot all about him. Until I got Siri to help me remember.
They really erased your memories?
I think someone from the hospital must have caught me. This project was top secret, so they wouldn't have hesitated to do whatever it took to prevent any leaks. I don't like to think about it, but my mom might have had a hand in it too. With my memories of that boy gone, I probably never would have met him again. But somehow, I did. When I came here.
So, that boy in the pod was me?
I think so. Yes. Or rather, I'm sure of it. It was definitely you, Takumi.
Yeah, the red hair definitely isn't a giveaway, nor is the name tag that's above your head right there.
We really did know each other before we came here. You're that same boy I spoke to about so many things. You heard my voice, saw my face, and learned about my feelings. And I'm just speculating, but you were probably being fed memories about a fictional version of the complex while you were being raised in that pod. Isn't it possible some information about me got mixed in with them?
Mixed in?
Even if you weren't aware of it, your brain must have processed my face, my voice, and other things about me. It's like when stuff you've seen during your day turns up in your dreams.
So... that's why Karuo was the way she was? That's why she looked just like you? Because my subconscious... what? Projected you onto the childhood friend in the false memories I was being fed?
Oh my goodness.
I can't be sure, but it would make sense, wouldn't it? Although, in that case, I think I owe you an apology. When you came to rescue Second to Last Defense Academy, I thought that was our first meeting. It turns out, I'd just forgotten you. You humored me, but you knew we weren't strangers the whole time. You kept all those precious memories safe for me, in your own way. Takumi, I know I've got no right to tell you how to feel about this, but just because your memories were created for you, that doesn't mean you have to give up on life. I mean, it wasn't all a lie. Your memories of Karuo and of me, they're real. The same goes for everything that's happened since we got here. The days we've spent together at this academy, those are undeniably real. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you should continue fighting. Not for people like me. In fact, I prefer it if you didn't. From now on, I'll protect you guys instead.
You'll... protect us?
Yes, because no matter what else may be true, you're my friends. I don't mind putting myself in danger if it means keeping you safe. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for listening. I should get going.
Well, this has been a lore dump. Before I could answer, Nozomi turned away and went back to her own room. Kept my eyes on her every step of the way until she disappeared from view. I was still seized by the same confusion and despair I'd been feeling the last few days. But now, for the first time since I'd found out the truth, I was feeling something else too.